You've already talked about this a bit, but I know that your relationship with your family's changed a lot, and I was just hoping you might just say some, because you've got an amazing family. Just tell us a little bit about what's changed in your family relationships.
Like before, I was a long time ago I was very skitty, if I didn't agree with something that they said, I thought as a young lad I thought I knew everything, but little did I know the things that I did know were the wrong things that I did know. Like and then they couldn't be around me. I was blind to what they was there to help me, and and then I was driving them away, and I felt like it got to a point like I felt like I didn't have no one, but then it was only the situations I got into was only the situations that I brought upon myself, so there was no one else to blame but me. And then I'm very grateful now, my dad, we're father and son, but also like best friends, we can have, well before we couldn't be like that, and now it's just great, he's come to my baptism, and which I would never imagined, and it's just ways, and my mum, my brothers, my sisters, like before my nieces and nephews, they couldn't go off with me to the shop and things like that, because the kind of person I was, my own life was in danger, and now I'm free, God's broke everything in my life, like he's broke chains in my life, which I never thought was impossible. Then God does make the impossible possible, which I know myself. I seen the light of life, I didn't live in that dark space anymore, where Satan had the hold of me and he was there to destroy me. Now I can go off, and I can go off to the nieces and the nephews, and it's just different. Like in them ways I've got my family back, and before I used to think being blessed was like my ways of being things was going out, living a material life, and some of the blessings I had around me was the ones that I was actually blind to at the time, was a good family around me, people that actually cared, and the family was actually coming back, and they were supporting me and showing me different ways, and I was then being asked, like even for the church, going to do Bible study at houses, and I felt accepted. I felt like this is where I belong, and it was some of the greatest things I actually ever done. And like people I met at church, like I didn't feel judged with the stuff. I thought, what if they judged me? I didn't feel that in this church. Where before, the people that I wouldn't even have the time, if they'd have seen me on the streets, they wouldn't have had the time of the day for me because of the person I was. So I'm very grateful, and I'm glad for the stuff God's done in my life. From the family to the new people I've met, to the new people I'm getting along with. I've met some greater people in my life now, and greater people that supported me and stuck by me for the things, not for knowing for what I have got, because it's not for what I have got, and stuck by me for who I actually am and from who God's making me become, not for what I've got and for what people are trying to get through me, And like I said before, I was on edge, and I was troubled, and it's the same God that protected Daniel in the lion's den is the same God that's protecting me to this day now. It's amazing stuff, and he still carries to keep on doing it. Like, his word never fails me, and it is amazing.